CJ, coming off of a weekend in California, we dropped a heartbreaker first game on Friday night, and that seemed to kind of set the tone for the weekend. Give us your recap of four games: one against Castleton, two against Occidental, one against Cal Lutheran.
I think the big takeaway for us was offensively. I think we're striking out a lot. We had a lot of opportunities to get ahead or get even in games, but we were just missing like that critical two-out hit that would have scored a run and tied the game or put us ahead. And so I think we're doing the right things to get runners on base, and we're getting on base, but we're still missing kind of that clutch, that bat that can kind of change the swing of momentum during the game. So offensively, we're doing a good job getting on base. I was really pleased with how he played defense and how he pitched it. Those were good offensive teams, and we held them at bay. And also, for having 2 feet of snow on the field, playing on a lot of different types of surfaces, natural surfaces and turf, I think we did a really good job of adapting defensively as well. So it just came up short offensively in all 4 games, and so it definitely gives us something to work on this week before we go into conference play.
Talk about that a little more. You've played 10
Sure.
games, but you haven't practiced outside yet.
Yeah.
As a coach, how is that something that you adapt to and make work for you?
I think it's the biggest challenge is just kind of replicating that competitive atmosphere. I think there's something different to be said that when we go in the back of the field house, it's hard to give a player a similar feel as to where they can see the scoreboard. They know it's the 8th inning. They know that we're down by 2 runs, and they're coming to the plate with a guy on second base and 2 outs, and that run has to score in order for us to be in the game, right? That for me is the hardest part to replicate. It's not necessarily the sheer amount of swings that we need. Like if it's barrel precision work that we need to work on, we can definitely get that done inside. But just giving us that in-game feel and that competitiveness and kind of simulating that environment inside is something that's been challenging, but it's also allowed us to really see and pick apart practice planning a little bit to see how we can mimic that atmosphere. And we haven't found it yet, but I think we will with a little more time and a little bit more diligence and practice planning and tweaking some things.
This weekend, supposed to open conference play down at Whitman. Obviously, they're having weather issues too, so it's going to be somewhere. We don't know where yet. Just talk about what we face with the Blues, a team that had a really great start to conference play last weekend by taking 2 out of 3 at Linfield.
Definitely. I think they're scrappy and they're tough and they're well coached. I think if we've seen anything from Whitman the past 3 years, they're really good at offensively at executing, taking really tough and consistent at bats. So, I mean, their batting average might not be off the charts, but every single at-bat that they take is they're seeing a lot of pitches, they're battling the 2 strikes. There's no easy outs in there, which makes it tough on a pitching staff and can make it tough on a team if they continue to have those consistent ABs and throw those things together. So I think we're going to see a mature defensive, offensive, and pitching staff because a lot of those kids have been in the starting lineup since they were young. And so we can expect a good fight and a really well-coached team.